Stock Traders, and welcome back to Stock Traders Talk Radio. I'm your host, Stock Sumo. You know what time it is, folks. Time to top off your cup of coffee here with Stock Traders Talk Radio as we look through the markets. So open up your charts, turn on those scanners, and fire up your trading accounts. Joining us on this morning's show, we have Haas. What's up, dog?
Hey, what's going on this morning, Stock Sumo?
Oh, it's just another day in paradise. Beautiful, sunshiny day here in upstate New York. Not a cloud in the sky. Looks good. Feel for those poor people in Florida having to deal with that darn storm. The rain has just been horrendous down there.
Yeah, no doubts. I feel for everyone except STT himself, because we all know his pool's overflowing, but he's just going to have to deal with that.
Yeah. Also, on this morning's program, hoping to be a little bit more active than yesterday, we have Cifis.
I got you there, Sumo. You thought you're going to get another silent treatment today. I'm here. I'm ready to rock. I only got one thing to say right now, and that is Haas is the man. Period. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to say another word for the rest of this show. Don't even go to me, Sumo. I'm just over here respecting Haas. SUPN.
Tell us why.
That's good stuff.
Give us some more details.
No, don't make Sippy talk. I'll go over it when we get going here, Sumo. You got anything going on this week, man? What's big this week?
Oh, I don't know. We always got something big and hot and brewing, cooking, firing up a storm. I'm just gonna leave it to you though. You're the one that's always finding the hotties. I gotta wait till the market opens to see what's coming on the scanner.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, buddy. You find plenty of hotties. All right. Well, let's talk about what Cifis rolling with this morning. There's a little stock. Nice little FDA play after our little Arna fiasco from $2 to $12. Went out searching for the next one and got a nice little tip from a friend to start doing some research on a stock called Supernus Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. The ticker is SUPN. And this was actually a recent initial public offering, an IPO. Pharmaceutical stock, and they brought it out around $5, I believe. And I'm looking at it on the iHub right now, and you'll see pretty much immediately why I like this stock. As you can see just on the iHub here, the float sitting at around 4.47 million shares. Really, really small float. Outstanding share count of about 24.38 million shares, so also pretty small, sitting around a market cap of 140 million as of the close yesterday, which was at $5.71. But as you can see right here, it's already trading up to $7.90 pre-market, so up a solid 37.3% pre-market already. So something big obviously announced, and we'll check that out in 1 second here. The press they put out this morning, they received tentative approval for one of their pharmaceutical drugs here. And just to bring it about, there was supposed to be a July PDUFA date from the FDA for one of their drugs, and also an October PDUFA date for one of their drugs. So they had two FDA dates for approval of their drugs coming up, one in July and one in October. And that combined with the really nice share structure is one of the reasons why I pretty much instantly fell in love with this stock. Not to mention that every insider and their mothers was loading the boat on this stock at $5. So that tells you right there that the stock is very, very likely to go up in the near term, because insiders sell the stock for a number of reasons, but they buy the stock for one reason, and that's because they're bullish as hell on their stock. And in this case, bullish as hell on the drugs that they got coming to the market. And judging by the news today, they were bullish for the right reasons. Let's go over this press here. Supernus Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, a specialty pharmaceuticals company, received a tentative approval letter from the Food and Drug Administration for Trokendi XR-TM, a once-daily extended-release formulation of topiramate, formerly known as SPN 538. This letter states that the FDA completed its review of the Trokendi XR NDA, new drug application, and that no additional clinical trials are required. So all their clinical trials done, successful, safe. One little bit here. Our initial understanding is that final approval is conditioned on resolving a marketing exclusivity issue raised by the FDA regarding a specific pediatric population. Minor issue. Going to be approved. They just have to work out that little minor dispute there. Quote, we are pleased to announce that the FDA granted us tentative approval for Trokendi XR and that all of the scientific and procedural conditions for approval have been met. We will continue to work closely with the FDA to further understand the outstanding issue and move forward with final approval. Let's see here. Okay, never mind. That's not important. So very positive news for Supernus this morning. Already up significantly. We'll see how she comes out of the gates on the level 2.
Yeah, she's hitting the scanner here first thing out of the gate. Why don't we scroll over to my window, Cifis, take a peek here, see that SUPN is number 5 on my scanner here. Already traded 65,000 shares, up 40%. Pre-market 246 trades, and last traded at $7.95. I wanted to just bring up a chart real quick just to take a look at where she's came, where she can possibly go. You can see it just started trading in May. It's been on a downtrend, and the highest the stock has been is around $6.75, $7. So right now she's in blue sky territory, gapping up past all the previous resistance points. But notice once she hit that bottom here of $4.30, she's been making higher highs and higher lows off of that support. This was a key break right here when she broke through the 20-day moving average. So as a result, you're seeing this big pop, some big volume, and all the indicators are looking good here with RSI pointing north, going up into the power zone. Good looking chart so far, even though it's a relatively, newly traded stock, having just started trading back in May. So good looking stuff there. Back to you, Haas.
Alrighty. Well, let's stay on our little biopharmaceutical kick. Give a little shout out to Retire Early. She hasn't called in a while, but I know she came on the show and talked about this stock in the past. They put out some press this morning. Sunshine Biopharma, ticker SBFM, closed at 23 cents yesterday. The press today, positive news on some of their clinical trials. Sunshine Biopharma Incorporated, a pharmaceutical company focused on the research, development, and commercialization of drugs for the treatment of various forms of cancer, today announced that it has completed a cytotoxicity study of its lead compound, a multi-drug resistant small cell lung cancer cell line. Yes. Oh, never mind. Their drug is actually ADVA27A. That was the actually cell line that they tested in. Cytotoxicity studies measure the ability of a drug to destroy cancer cells in vitro. The results showed that ADVA27A is significantly more effective at killing multi-drug resistant small cell lung cancer cells than etoposide, the current commonly used drug for this type of cancer. So it looks like their treatment works more significantly than a current treatment. So very positive, but again, this is early stage in vitro trials right now. If these turn out to continue to be positive, then they will move into the clinical trial phase, the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So a long way to go, but very positive initial results for Sunshine Biopharma. Very nice share structure for that company as well. I think the outstanding share count is about 30 million shares, and I think they have a smaller 11 million float, if I remember correctly. So nice little company in formation there. All right, let's check out some other news for today. One that started to heat up yesterday because Cifis calls all these runners and he finds them with the boom scanner. UBRG, Universal Bioenergy. This one closed at 1.2 cents yesterday after it was hanging around that 1 cent mark for a really long time. What seemed like forever anyways. But they put out some more press this morning. They have been putting out press basically every day for about the last week, but it's all actually pretty positive news and it's not really fluff. But this morning, let's check out this news real quick. Universal Bioenergy Incorporated, a publicly traded, independent, diversified energy company that markets and distributes natural gas, propane, petroleum, and coal, announced it is planning to create a new next-generation energy company. Universal Bioenergy intends to propel the company to a dominant market position and be one of the top independent energy companies in the United States. The company continues to build at a super growth rate and has aggressive plans to grow itself into a billion-dollar company in the next 2 to 5 years through mergers and acquisitions. That sounds very positive. Let's continue reading here because I want to note a couple of things that they continue to talk about. Universal Bioenergy continues to grow at double-digit rates, very positive, and achieve sales of over 71.74 million US dollars in 2011. What the hell is going on? We got a stock trading at a penny that has $71.74 million in sales. So obviously they're doing something wrong. And that's the reason why they're down here. Universal sells natural gas through its subsidiary, NDR Energy Group, to 29 of the largest public utilities, electric power producers, and local gas distribution companies that serve millions of commercial, industrial, and residential customers. So they're selling to big players as well, also very positive. Due to the increased demands of energy in the US and the world market and the strong outlook for the industry, Universal appears to be poised for even greater growth in the long term. Universal expects profitability to be forthcoming in 2012. And it also believes that the company can achieve higher operating margins over the long run as its business continues to grow. And this is where this company's been lacking as far as their margins and profitability go. You can bring in $100 million in sales. You can bring in $1 billion in sales. If you're operating at millions of dollars in a net loss every single quarter, yeah, that's why your stock's going to be trading down at a penny. But if they can get to profitable situation and improve those margins, especially as they're growing so quickly and they have these high sales numbers and they're working with these large utility companies, the stock could really make something of itself. So definitely want to keep an eye on. All right, what else do we got shaking this morning? I don't know. I'm kind of on a biopharmaceutical kick, so we'll check out one more that put out news this morning. OncoSec Medical, ticker ONCS. This one closed at 20.6 cents yesterday. Putting out some data on their studies they got going on. OncoSec Medical Incorporated, a company developing the OncoSec medical system, electro-oncology therapies. This is actually a therapy, not a drug, excuse me, to treat advanced stage solid tumors, announced that Dr. Adil Daud, principal investigator, presented preliminary enrollment and safety data at the second European post-Chicago melanoma meeting in Munich, Germany, for the company's ongoing phase 2 metastatic melanoma clinical trial, OMS I-100. To date, OMS I-100, a phase 2 open-label multi-center clinical trial investigating the safety and efficacy of the DNA interleukin-12 with electroporation, has completed approximately 50% enrollment. To date, no grade 3 or higher adverse events related to the treatment have been reported, and most reported adverse events were treatable and transient. So positive safety data related to this particular therapy and treatment for advanced stage solid tumors for Oncosec Medical Incorporated. Man, running out of breath here, man.
Oh, you got plenty of time. Don't worry. The bell has got 12 minutes.
12 minutes? No, I said I'm running out of breath.
12 minutes till the bell. You got plenty of time. Don't worry. You can do it. You can do it.
Can you guys tell that these guys just want me to talk so they can make trades on all their crap? Huh?
I'm just teasing you.
Nah, I can keep going. I do need a sip of water though, so I'm gonna take a sip.
Hey, have you brought up ALXA? It's another biopharma play.
I was gonna go check that one this morning because I saw it posted last night and this morning across the boards.
Yeah, while you're talking about biopharma plays, I might as well bring this one up. This one was really heating up yesterday, and she's gapping up here this morning. Already hitting the scanner. It's traded 21 trades this morning. That's 9,831 shares in volume. Last at $4.75. That's a gain of 13 cents on the day, up 2.81%.
I like that chart. Searching for their through their recent press releases, see if we can figure out what's going on. Friday, they put out Alexa announces resubmission of the Adasuve NDA and provides regulatory updates on U.S. and EU submissions. I think we actually went over that on Friday. Yeah, we did. But positive news, so they'll have a FDA PDUFA date coming up for Adasuve. Let's see what else they put out. Looks like we got an 8K out same day. I'm assuming it's the same thing. So, but yeah, so people will start front loading that FDA decision. We see it gap down. Well, not gap down. It sold off a little bit there. It looks like. Not sure exactly what happened there. Anyways, definitely want to keep an eye on, that's for sure.
We got a member in the room, our buddy Big Bake. Wanted us to check out NVAX. Let's pull that one up.
Is that Novavax? Yeah, Novavax Incorporated.
Oh, wow, look at that chart.
All right, let's see this chart.
She has been a beast. In April, the stock ran from $1.16 to $1.44. And notice it ran into resistance against the 200-day moving average right there. And then she fell back, found support at $1.12 right here. And then boom. Once it can break this here, this is a key resistance point. Notice it stumbled across that 200-day in the past. Yesterday, she got above it. The question is, can she hold above it? We're going to be looking for that type of action. If you know, as long as she can hold above this 200-day moving average, then things can continue to look bullish. And the 200-day is sitting at $1.39. We got the RSI looking real strong, heading up into the power zone, currently at 64.60. And the PPO, these lines are showing some divergence. They're starting to split apart as the blue bars on the histogram continue to stack up to the top side, so those are looking good. Notice both the RSI and the PPO are both above this 50 overlay. That's very positive. And notice once they got above the 50 overlay, right here and here, that's when the stock started to move off of this bottom. So she's showing strength all the way around, the slow stow up in the power zone. So great looking chart on NVAX. Way to go, Big Bake. What do you got for DD, Haas?
Yeah, I'm kind of checking into that a little bit now. I'm gonna have to go check out their website though. Come on, Big Bank, you gotta call in.
Yeah, for those of you guys out there in the chat rooms or in the message boards wanting to drop your picks on our show, sometimes we may not be able to respond because we just got so much going on with the different scanners, looking at charts, reading DD. Best thing to do, call in. We'd be happy to hear from you. We always like hearing from the audience. The call-in number, you can get us two ways, either 855-STT-LIVE, or you can call in at 347-215-6955. 7181. Again, that number is 347-215-7181 or 855 STT Live.
Yeah, we love talking to Big Bay. Come on, we know he's a talker. You don't have to call him this morning, man. We'll take over. Excellent chart analysis there by Sumo. I also like the look of that chart long term, and I'm not even a chartist, so that means something. But anyways, what I like to do with these biofarm plays is go to their website. Usually, the good sites and the more high quality companies, obviously providing some nice pictures of their cool looking labs and some nice like electron microscope pictures to make it look all pretty. But I like to find something called a pipeline or clinical pipeline, whatever they call it on their site. Click on that. Usually gives a status on their clinical trials, what stages all these things are in. As you can see, they got a few different drugs, treatments going on here for seasonal influenza. They're in phase 2 trials right now. For pandemic influenza, you got phase 1 trials rolling, and respiratory syncytial virus, RSV, also in phase 1. So as I've mentioned several times on the show here, you got these early stage pharmaceutical companies. They work from the preclinical stage. That was one of those stocks we just talked about. They were tested in vitro. You know, you throw cells in a vial and you test these treatments on the effects on those cells. And then if those safety data and effectiveness prove to be worthy enough, the FDA will say, okay, yeah, your initial drug application looks good. You can move into your phase 1 trials and start testing on humans. So phase 1 is where you start testing on humans. Then you move to phase 2. They test different types of safety and efficacy data through these phase 1 and phase 2 clinical trials. And then they proceed to the phase 3 trials. And if phase 3 trials go as planned, then you submit the new drug application, the NDA, to the FDA to get to these PDUFA date stage that we've been talking about so much with ARNA and also the one we mentioned with SUPN this morning. So that's kind of the progress of how these pharmaceutical companies proceed to getting a drug approved or a treatment approved. Medical device companies a little bit different, but a similar process, just not quite as many phases or stages that they go through. Anyways, looks like Novavax is a phase 2 study going on for seasonal influenza treatment. Is in advanced development of VLP vaccines against both seasonal and pandemic influenza. So Novavax has some vaccines for influenza, which is obviously a huge market, as we know. So if this drug can get to those phase 3 clinical trials and get to that PDUFA date, definitely one to keep an eye on. So I like it. I like it a lot. You know, some of these pharmaceutical companies, it's kind of tough to judge what the share price is going to do at this stage because obviously they need money and funding to proceed through these clinical trials, but I don't think Novavax is going to have too much of a problem getting that funding, considering that they are experimenting with vaccines for one of the most common ailments in the human population, influenza in general. But I'd have to dig a little bit deeper into some of their partners. They do have partnering here, a couple of contracts and collaborations with some other healthcare firms, but I would have to dig into that, and I just don't have time to do that right now. But it looks good at first glance, Big Day. Definitely want to keep an eye on. I'm putting it on the watch list. Make sure you keep us updated if we miss some news from these guys. Wee! Why don't we check out some volume active and stuff? We got about 3 minutes until this market pops open.
Let's do it.
Do it, man.
Okay. Nothing really going on as far as pinks and OTCBB. You got NSPR is one that I saw here. It's trading pre-market volume. And then there's GIDYL. That's it for hitting my scanner there. ATRS and Terrace Pharma up 5% pre-market, $3.75. SUPN up over $8 now. Like I said, when we looked at the chart, it's just clear blue sky breakout after $7. No telling how high she can go. Bank of America trading up a little bit pre-market volume. Arna trading up pre-market volume, $9.60, gapping up 4.73%. And speaking of Arna, I wanted to look at the calls and puts today. I'm definitely going to be getting in on both. I believe the date for the FDA approval is coming up. It's supposed to be the 27th. Now, if they come out with it, could be after that, could be the 27th. I don't know when. But I want to pull up Arna and look at the calls and the puts. And I'm going to probably take a position on both sides because one of them is going to be a multi-bagger and it's going to cover the loss on the other side and make me a nice profit. Cifis, what do you got for the calls? What do you think, after what you seen yesterday, what do you think is a good idea to do today?
Well, hard to say. Looking back at yesterday, probably should have been buying your calls on that dip, buddy. But since you didn't, I would be looking at, obviously it's still a speculation, and there's our bell. Let's come back to this. I'm looking at SUPN. 840, 839. Got a big spread on there, 814 to 840. I will be locking in my profits, but I'll let this thing run a little bit. Put the stop in place. Haas handed it to me at $5.25 the other day. And, man, Haas. Nice. I'm loving it. I got a winner here. It's about time. It's nice waking up to green, boys. 840 by 856. They're going to tighten this spread up. I want to be a bit surprised to see them run this thing a little higher. Come on, let's go to $9. Okay, SUPN, good stuff. Love it. Well, the market's open. What's happening out there in the OTC world, boys?
No, I was going to mention a stock you just mentioned in our room here, AEZS. Eterna Zenteris, also a FDA biopharmaceutical play. Man, we're all over these this morning. Eterna Zenteris Incorporated today announced that final phase 3 results for its oral ghrelin agonist AEZS 130 show that the drug is safe and effective in diagnosing adult growth hormone deficiency. Looks like they disclosed that these data during an oral presentation yesterday at the 94th Endo Annual Meeting and Expo, currently being held in Houston, Texas. So positive news, phase 3 trial. I would have to go check on the exact specifications of what this is used for. But anyways, up 13.81% out of the gates. Last trading around 52 cents right now, just under it. Almost 1 million shares in volume. This one, actually, this company is really good at putting out good news, like right after bad news. Just yesterday, there was some press put out on AEZS regarding lawsuit against the company. So, I don't know. They're mediating the effects of their negative news, but positive phase 3 news.
EWRL is going nuts on my scanner. EWRL, it's up 200%. Last trade 49 cents on 385,000 shares. Little pullback here. Nice move there. What do they got going on, Haas?
That's a good question. Let's check out and see if we got any news.
Boom, she pulled back and bounced right back.
Let's see here. It looks like they put out some. What did it open up at this morning?
Let me take a look here.
28.03 was the low.
Yep, 28.03 was the low. 53.95 was the high.
Holy crap! Yeah, it definitely gapped up. They did put out some news right on market close yesterday. Green Energy Renewable Solutions Incorporated, that's the name of the company here, is pleased to provide an update on recycling operations at its Highland Park, Michigan facility. Green Energy purchased a 5-acre parcel of land in Highland Park, Michigan in November 2011 and began preparation on the site to receive construction and demolition waste. The site is cleared and most of the necessary equipment is in place to receive waste material and begin advanced recycling operations.
Wow, look at the level 2. Boom! She's going through the high of day here, thinning right out. Looks like she wants to go to the 60s, and the bids just keep stacking up. Babushka!
Yeah, it looks like they're going to commence full operations in about 60 days.
EWRL.
Obviously what shareholders have been waiting for.
Yeah, we saw it. It was up like 200 and something percent, up just over 50 cents. We saw it dip to the 40s for a brief second, and then now she's just beasting through the high of day. Let's see if she can break that 60-cent mark. That's the high of day.
Huh.
Thwapper had some news this morning. Haas, did you notice that?
I didn't. Let's go check it out.
And they're at a key pivotal point right here. I spotted this yesterday and told everybody that this is a key resistance point. I'm going to pull up the chart again, and we're going to identify this resistance point. I did a chart on this a while back and spotted the support at 026. This was, I believe, last week. I put the chart on our board and a couple other boards. But we're at a key resistance mark right here, which is the 20-day moving average at 037. And if she can break above that, which she just did, we're at yesterday's high a day of 4 cents right now, needs to hold above this as support, and that'll be a very positive sign. Looks like the next resistance is going to be this swing high right here at 0475. And then after that, you're pretty much clear to 079. So if she can get through this 4 cent, which was yesterday's resistance. You notice here was a resistance point as well. Had a tough time getting over this 4 cents, but if she can break through that, getting above this 20-day was obviously a good sign here, but need to see it crack through these next resistance points.
Nice, man. Yeah, it looks like they're presenting their mobile video sharing company at an Asia conference. I'm just getting the feeling that you just like to say Thwapper, man. It's kind of a cool word to say.
It is a cool company name. It's different. Some of these companies, they got some wacky names, and this is one of those ones that really stands out. And I've been playing it. I've been, tracking it. And, it's made such a beast of a run in the past couple months here. And it's consolidated. It's held support. So far, I've liked the activity, and I've liked what I've seen, and we'll keep it on our watch list, and till it proves us wrong.
Oh, for sure, man. UBRG looking good again early on this morning. 1.38 by 1.44 cents spread right now. We just went over that news just a bit ago. Up another 16.7%. Last trade at 1.4 cents. Over 1 million shares traded already. The high of the day, 1.45 here. Nice little action going on there.
Couple of stocks that I seen on promotion this morning that are moving: AXLX and CADY. Got some emails on both of these. CADY is up 218%, 214%. Last traded at 22 cents. Got a pretty terrible spread there, 16 by 22. That thing needs to tighten up. The other one was AXLX. That's got a decent spread. It's 006 by 0061. And it's up 45%, 5.6 million volume. And like I said, keep in mind, both of those are on promotion, so there's some paid newsletters covering them. We're getting a little dip on EWRL, hit a high a day of 60 cents, pulled back currently at 48.11, still up 198%. And Thwapper broke through the 4 cent mark, 04 by 041. EWRL trying to bounce. It was a great call yesterday, and I'm going to give credit to Cifis on this one because he told me to look at the chart over the weekend, and I wanted to bring it up on yesterday's program, and sure enough, we did. That's VHGI. Must have caught Cifis' attention over the weekend because it fell off a cliff, and the thing was at its 52-week low on Friday. VHGI went from 5 cents to 8 cents yesterday, and it's still holding at 8 cents. I really like this one for long term as a recovery play. You notice the volume was light yesterday, so it looks like the selling pressure is drying up. But great call there, buddy.
The boom scanner.
All right, EWRL just bounced back above 50 cents. That's the hot play of the day so far to me. We caught it on the scanner, and here she goes again. A lot of volume rolling through the stock. Already traded about $750,000. We're seeing it trade 1.5 million shares, and it's all been between 30 cents and 60 cents. So great volume in this stock today on that big news.
The Whopper 4.2x4.3 now, still going.
Sometimes you got to pay attention when I do these annotated charts. You know, it's all about the chart analysis on my end. Hosh, you're the man when it comes to breaking down DD. I like to go to the chart. Cifi, I've learned a lot from you over the the course of the past 6 months, and I have a blast with you guys doing this stuff.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I gotta start paying attention to your guys' charts.
And when we
so good charts.
I got to start paying attention to the FDA. When we hear FDA and we know something's coming, I am not going to be sitting on the sidelines. Man, that Arna has been such a beast. What's she doing today, Cifi? Where did she hit her high a day and top out at? I seen a little pullback here. What's going on, bud?
Don't know. I haven't been watching her, man. It was all about SUPN today, boys. That was the play of the day. This thing hit $9.94.
Oh,
it's at 966 by 985 right now. I mean, this thing is a beast. This is real money right here. This is good stuff.
Way to go.
Yep. I'm holding on.
What did she open at?
I don't know.
825.
But I know when we talked about her on the show, she was cheap.
Beautiful. Yeah, she was gapping up this morning. We saw her around like $7.50, $8 gapping up, and I said, by looking at the chart, once she broke above that $7 mark, it was blue sky. There isn't much trading history on SUPN. You can look at the chart and see it just started trading this year in the second quarter here, around May.
So, I mean, you can follow FDA plays, or you can just listen to Haas like I do, and just whenever he throws me a ticker, I see how much money's in the account, and I put it on the line, baby. Boom! Haas hunch.
The thing, you just got to be careful with these FDA plays sometimes. I've had a lot of experience with these, and, I've lost my butt a couple times, too. As I mentioned, these companies like to raise funds at odd times, and as far as SUPN goes, a good time for them to do a little private placement at some lower prices would probably be about tomorrow. So definitely take some profits off the table as these things are running too.
What's funny about it, Haas, is you gave me this ticker at 525. I only bought 100 shares. I told Haas, this thing can break out at 565. I'll buy 1,000 shares. This thing will go straight to $10. Woohoo! Who would have known so soon, Haas? Mahalo, brother.
Hey, man. I said if they put out FDA news, this thing's going to $10 in a flash. No, this one's great with the insiders loading around $5. 2 FDA pending dates. I wasn't expecting to get news on it quite this early, but hey, pretty sweet.
You gotta be kidding me. Who the hell told us to buy that piece of shit?
These other bad boys. Whopper getting more support above that 4 cent mark, 4.1 by 4.3 now. A couple market makers sitting on 4.1. AXLX is still trumping upwards, hitting some new highs. Touched the highest 0068 now. It's losing bid support though, so it's coming back down a little bit. Let's see here. All right, let's find a new one.
I'll run over the scanner real quick here. Got a lot of different things popping. There's that AEZS we talked about. It's still sitting right there at that 50 cents basically. So just had HHII move 4% in 1 minute. Chart looks like nothing, so I don't know what's going on there. But it's up 420. You got VLYF. It is currently 3 times average daily volume. It don't look like much either. See what else we got going on here. WaveX. Oh, I remember these guys. I got to pull this up just for the fun of it. This is something my boys way back in the day, I'm talking 10 plus years ago. This was the next greatest. All the boys wanted to get some of this. All the surfers down at Ho'okipa. We're talking about WaveX. Uncle Schmitty was trying to get us into it. Good call, Schmitty. Oh well, can't always pick winners. What are you gonna do? This AEZS is you can see here on a daily, it's trying to break out of this 50-day moving average. Keep your eye on it. You can see this massive gap here, massive, from 2 plus all the way down to this 60% range, 60 cent range. So I'm gonna keep my eye on that AEZS. What else do we got going on? We got not a whole lot of stuff hitting the scanner this morning, man. It's slow.
It is kind of slow.
You know, that's the thing about the scanner, though. You got to keep your eye on it because next thing you know, there she is. Hey, check it out. STEM hitting the scanner. Can't get through that 100 MA. It's been trying to make a run. This thing's news-driven, maybe election-driven. EWRL, 25 times average daily volume, huh? AERS just moved 60% in 9 minutes.
EWRL just got some nice bid support at the 50 cent mark.
AERS moving on air.
Let's check AERS out.
You know, whenever you see that happen, that might have just
man.
been a fat finger or something. You can see that wick there. But it's trying to get through its 200 MA right now on a daily. And we'll see if she can do it. We've seen in the past how many stocks, when they get through that 200 MA, they usually base out, consolidate, and then lift higher. So I wouldn't expect a boom through the 200 MA. I would be looking for consolidation around the 200 MA and then a move higher. If it can't consolidate, you ain't going to see the boom through it. You're going to see the slam down. So that's usually how it goes in my neighborhood. Keep your eye on it. UBRG. Nice. 1-2 by 1-4. Looks like it's pretty much flatlining, but it is through that 50 MA. You can see that last candle there. See what she wants to do. It's an indecision candle. You got that 100 MA right above you. See if she can break out of that. You can see what she's done in the past. When she broke out of that 200 MA, she takes a rocket ship to that 200 MA. So we will see what she wants to do. EEDG hitting the scanner. 10.5 by 11.8. You can see that thing, what it did when it dropped off and it found support down there, that 200 and that 100 MA. That was a buy. We caught that on the show, boys. Always got that 200 MA scanner running. You got to. It's key. It's support. It's resistance. I don't care if it's above you. You got to sell it. If it's below you, you got to buy it.
Nice.
What else we got there, boys? GSAT just moved 8% in 2 minutes. It's one of the new scanners we got. We're looking for movers that move quick. There's Sumo's. Oh no, is that TWWI? That's not your thwopper, is it?
No, it's not. That's a Transworld. What's going on there? Oh, 240,000 volume.
Whole lot of nothing. Whole lot of nothing. AAPT just hit the scanner, and don't like that chart. You can see on there, she is broken below that 50 MA. You can see there, She broke below it, and then the next candle, you can see she came up, called that a hammer. She couldn't do it, and then you get the reversal. Now that support, that 50 MA is now resistance. You got your 100 MA right below you around that 2.4 level, and of course you've got the 200 below it. But you can see right here, the last time she hit this 50 MA, she did hold, and she went kaboom. And AAPT, man, what a beast that was. But yeah, she is below it, so I will be looking and keeping AAPT on the scanner, but I want to see that 100 MA. That's where I'd want to buy it. Or, obviously you don't have to try to always hit the tops and the bottoms. Sometimes you got to play the meat in the middle. Or if it could get back above this 50 MA and hold, I don't mind paying up in price as long as the price is going to go up. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else we got here. CAGR up 28%. Quad 8 by Quad 9 California grapes. We've seen this a few times. You can see what happened on this. Perfect example. You get those moving averages above you. Can't get through it. Slam her down. But I don't know if there's anything happening on this. Doesn't look 185,000 volume. Nothing.
Nada. Looking at this, just got this one on the volume scanner. XDSL Enphase Technologies 0005 by 0006 right now. Don't necessarily like vert on the ask here, but just over 10 million in volume so far this morning, all at the 0006 of 20%. So keep an eye on that one. Seen some major moves from that one in the past.
We got Brada Plano Penny asking about HPCS. Hey, why don't you call in about that, Plano?
Call in,
Call
Plano.
in,
That
call
one's been
in.
a beast lately, though. That one's definitely been a beast. Let's check out the level 2 on it. See how it's looking this morning. This one's been a beast. It was, I don't know, I think it was in the 001s just a couple days ago. It's had a couple of nice days in a row. 0032 by 004 right now. A couple 100,000 on the bid there at 0032. Need that spread to tighten, bud. Let's check it out on DD Amanda. I want to see what sort of dollar volumes action we've been getting lately here. Yeah, as you can see, we've had a few nice green candles about 3 days in a row here, jumping up from 0013 all the way to 0041 close yesterday. $50,000 days about 3 days in a row there. So some nice volume and action going on for sure after that nice little massive sell-off from that penny mark. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the company or if they've put out news over the last few days, but definitely want to keep an eye on, but she might need to consolidate a little bit here. Need that spread to tighten too. How does that chart look?
Sumo, you got a chart?
What are we looking at, HPCS?
Yep.
Yeah, I was just curious if you had any tidbits on resistance or support points so we should be looking at.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at that. Obviously it had the big bounce already. This is the second bounce we've seen. We had this bounce where it bounced from 002s up to 0074, fell to new lows. So obviously this 0074, which was the 50-day moving average, is going to be key resistance. Now it's sitting at 0055. Below that, you have a key level right here, which is the pivotal point at 0048. So it needs to get through 0048 and 0055, which is the 50-day, to want to have any chance at all at getting back at this resistance at 0074. I just see it consolidating, have a period of consolidation after having such a big run up here. We want to see it hold support off the 20-day, which is at 0026. Currently, RSI punched through the 50 overlay, and it's through the 50 line. It's showing strength. It's still pointing north. I want to see that get into the power zone. You got PPO, which is at a crucial spot here. We want to see it get through the 50 overlay. I like how the blue bars on the histogram are stacking up. That's because we've had this great volume. We're not seeing that volume today, so at the same token, we're not seeing a sell-off, so that's good. You also have the slow stow that punched through the 50 overlay. So all these are looking good on the indicator side of things, but we want to see them hold above this. So now that it's through this 50 overlay, it needs to hold above it, and I'd like to see the slow stow get through the 50 line. So not a bad looking chart at all on HPCS. Just after such a large run, you're seeing gains of 300% from 001 all the way up to 004. I would expect to see a little bit of a consolidation.
Hey, why don't you check to see if we got some callers there, Sumo?
Oh, look at this. We got a caller. Let's bring him on.
I bet I know who it is.
Caller, you're live on the air.
Hey, it's Plano. What's going on?
Plano,
What up, buddy?
I told y'all I'd give you a call.
There you go. So tell us the skinny on your stock here, my man.
Yeah, it looks like everybody forgot to wake up this morning. Dang.
I thought I was going to have to do radio alone this morning. I thought everybody was oversleeping.
I don't know what it was, but, happened some morning. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on with that chart. I was reading, hearing what you guys were talking about earlier. It looks like it's a little, volume's dying off a little.
Sumo, you're the chart professional. Come on, man, help me out.
Well, I just ran through it. Key support is going to be at that 20-day moving average, 0026. Needs to hold this support here. I like how the 20-day is starting to curl up. We want to see this continue up, this 20-day to move up north and make a move towards these other moving averages. Notice these are all coming down, but the 20-day is starting to hook up. It's a good sign that it punched through that 20-day, needs to hold above it. Like I said, it's at 0026. The next key resistance is going to be at 0048.
Okay.
What's going on?
Thank you. Those are the things I don't do anything all about. I mean, I know a little bit about the charts, but guys like you are what helps me out.
Oh, no problem. We always look for a break of the moving averages, and then a hold above them. That's just a key sign. We've seen it happen in time before. If they break to the top side, chances are they can continue to break out. Now on the flip side, if they break down and they don't hold the moving averages as support, then it would be a good idea to, limit your losses, because if they break down, then chances are they're going lower. So it's a double-edged sword, those moving averages.
Yeah, it definitely looks like there's some crazy spread this morning, which wasn't really there that much yesterday. So maybe a little shake this morning or something, not really sure.
Hey, what's going on the fundamental side of things playing out?
Well, the reason I picked up on this stock, first of all, I had seen the move that it had made that first day, and I saw that the volume was supporting it, so I did a little DD, and you guys know that's what I like to do.
Oh, I'm with you on that.
I found some interesting stuff in the quarterly report that kind of made me hop in with a little more money. Is that it looks like they used to have a major distributor, a distributor deal with a guy who distributes through 7-Elevens and all that fun stuff. They sell incense.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of funny, but that's what they do. So,
no, that's a big market, man.
Yeah, and they had a deal, and it looks like their dealer got overstocked, so the dealer cut off shipments. Well, in this last quarterly report, it mentioned something about a large purchase order they had, and they didn't have the financing yet to buy the product. They basically just get the money, buy the product, flip it into the distributor, and, take whatever profit. So that's what I'm looking to hear next, basically, is what the deal is. I think that's part of the reason why the volume's been picking up. I think something's coming up.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, I mean, it looks like their Mohan subsidiary, you mentioned they do incense and oils and stuff. It's making some partnerships here in the news. But other than that,
on top of that, the thing was like getting out of control. I mean, it had been the convertibles that they used to have had sold off so much of the share price that it was like an inevitable bounce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll definitely kill a stock real quick, but definitely provide some nice bounce opportunities if you can catch that bottom when those convertibles are done hitting the market.
I think that's going to be my new MO is DD and bouncers. Those things I love those things.
Yeah.
It's almost easy money, guys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I pretty much just reverted to buying what Haas gives me.
I used to buy what people tell me to buy, and then I got smoked by some people trying to tell me some BS plays.
Yeah, that's usually how it works. Just do your own DD, man. You're definitely finding
Yep.
some winners. I know you were all over PDGO from the bottom too, so just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I had ENTVs at 0028 also.
Oh, you were on ENTV too? That a boy.
I was just gonna say there's a. Sorry, go ahead.
I was blowing up the last couple of weeks. Feels
Nice.
Well, whatever you're doing, keep it up, bud. We love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the show, man. I'm gonna have to start listening up a little more.
Hey, bring us your plans. Call in. We'll talk about them all day.
Yeah, man. I like you guys. You guys are cool, man. I think I'm gonna keep calling in and getting some, telling my friends all about y'all.
Spread the word. Get in before the herd.
Good stuff.
All right, guys. Time to get going. Cigarettes done. My body's ready to go.
Good stuff, bro. Mahalo.
Thanks
Cheers.
a lot.
All right, guys. Later. Thank you.
Nice. We got him to call in.
Good stuff.
All
Hey,
right.
I had a couple people this morning ask me about oil, and oil is something I like, actually. I went ahead and picked up the U.S. Oil June 2950 call. It's a weekly. It is going to expire, obviously, on the 29th. And I got that yesterday for 50 cents. It's trading 59 by 61 right now, so you might want to look a little farther out. But as for just the U.S. oil, let's take a quick look here. You can see that's a daily chart. It is 29.76 by 29.77. You can see this thing just fell off a cliff. Look what it did when it broke that 200 MA. See you later. Even the big board's gotta respect that 200 MA. But I'm looking at it now because I like all the indicators. I like everything going on. We all know the Iran, this, that, slowdown in China, yada, yada, yada. Whatever it is, at 29.75, I'm starting my scaling. I started it with an option because I can define my risk. It is what it is, but U.S. oil, that's how I play my oil right now, guys. I just had to throw that out there real quick. I had a couple people ask me about it, so that's my response. Well, boys, it's 4:01 a.m. Maui time. Is that wrap-up time?
That's wrap-up time to me, too.
That's wrap-up time. Let's hit it.
Well, as always, thanks for tuning in to STT Radio. Be sure to check us out the rest of the week as we finish strong.
And just got to give one more shout out to Haas. SUPN. It hit 1178. We're at 1086. I'm holding on to this bad boy. Aloha.
Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being accurate, and might not be a complete statement or summary of the available data. Stock Traders Talk Radio advises that the investments in companies profiled are commonly considered to be high risk and use of the information provided is at the investor's sole risk. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio.
STT Rocks Radio.